Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm taking a closer look at Snowflake, ticker symbol SNOW, which is one of my top 5 picks for long-term investing in 2025. We'll start off with the basics, who they are, what they do, then we'll dive into the financials, look at their income statement, look about their balance sheet, and talk about the PE ratio. We'll talk about the fair value of the company. We'll also talk about the risks that come with the investment, for example, rising competition, profitability, geopolitical events, and finally, I'll break down the technical charts on a short-term and a long-term perspective, and also we'll talk about some options play because hey, this is what we do on this channel. If you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends and family, and without further ado, let's dive in. Snowflake, when it IPO'd, was one of the hottest stocks in the retail community. But if you don't know what Snowflake does, here's a very simple explanation. So Snowflake is a cloud-based data platform provider that offers data cloud, enabling organizations worldwide to consolidate data into a single source of truth. This platform facilitates the development of data-driven application, data sharing, and the application of AI to solve business problems. This company was founded in 2012. They are headquartered in Montana. Snowflake has grown to serve a diverse range of industries with tailored solutions such as telecom data cloud, financial services data cloud, and healthcare and life sciences data cloud. Now, when it comes to data cloud, these are your three biggest competitors in the space: AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. So that was on a high level what Snowflake is. This company is about $59.92 billion in market cap. Handsomely year to date, the stock is up almost 18%. The short interest is 3.46, so nothing very too concerning on the short interest side. Before we dive into more of a stock analysis, let's take a look at their most recent investor relations deck, which I believe if you are going to be investing in a company from a long-term standpoint, you should definitely look at the investor relations page of that company. It's not a consumer product, it's an enterprise software application. In every single company, and this is exactly how silos are, each company has multiple departments, multiple verticals, and folks, what they do is they work within their department, and it creates a lot of silos. A company like Snowflake, and this is not the only game in town, there are multiple games in town, but a company like Snowflake, what they do is they create a single foundational framework where all these silos, they connect to each other. Now with the AI advent, as we saw in the consumer side, the release of DeepSeek, AI is just going to get bigger and bigger. The release of O3 Mini by OpenAI has also shown that the AI race is anything but over. It's just going to heat up in the coming weeks, months, quarters, and even years. Now, those are consumer products, but when you start to take a look at organizational level, companies like Microsoft, companies like Google, companies like Snowflake, MongoDB, Cloudflare, they start to play a big role, and we shouldn't miss that sector if you are interested in investing in SaaS companies. Data is the holy grail of everything. Everything starts from data, because for your AI application to do a good inferencing, you need data, and you need unified data. You need to be able to see the whole picture. You need to be able to connect to every single aspect of that question. So this is what Snowflake or this architecture does. It connects the data warehouse, the lake house, the Fab data lake, everything connected into one platform. Snowflake has a very varied application across various industries. You can see financial services, you can see food, you can see healthcare, you can see software, you can see energy. There are a lot of industries and customers, and some of these are very big names, and we'll get into that a little bit later. If you take out anything from this video, is AI growth is just at a massive scale. You can see this is what they are also predicting. Kicking it off with the income statement, the company has been steadily growing its revenue since 2022, where we were under 500 million, and now we are almost closing out to $1 billion in revenue for the quarter. The last quarter they brought about $942 million. The cost of revenue is about $313 million, so it drops our gross profit to 628, which is also steadily growing. We did see a little bit flattening out between October 2023 and Jan 2024, but since then the last 3 quarters of 2024 has steadily grown, and that is what we want to see. But the biggest risk for this company is not profitable. If you are looking into companies that are not profitable and you're investing, you have to make sure that you understand the financials very well. Recently their losses have really gone up. We were $348 million in whole, we jumped up to $355 million, and then we were able to recover to 347 in the last quarter. Their R&D cost has gone down from the previous quarter to this quarter, which is a little bit concerning. The G&A expenses have really gone up. So this is something which is a little bit concerning. Same story is seen across in the net income standpoint. After you do all the deductions, you kind of see that the company has been pretty flat. They've been losing $300+ million from the last 3 quarters, which is not a great sign, but also we need to understand this is a growth company, and generally in the initial years of the growth, we do see losses. What we want to see is we want to see the losses start to reduce. That is basically the key here. The good news is that the company actually improved its free cash flow 2 quarters ago to the previous quarter. So that is a good sign. Once they report earnings, we will take a look at their free cash flow again, and I'm hoping that they will be improving their cash flow as well for the coming quarter. They reported earnings on 11/20. They beat their top line and bottom line, non-GAAP of course. And for the upcoming earning, which is on 2/26, I'm recording this video on February 2nd, so we have about 24 days before they report earnings. We do have 33 up revisions. We expect the EPS to come around the 18 cents, and we expect the revenue to come out to be 955, which will be of course 13 million higher than they reported in the previous quarter. Looking at their earnings history, they have never missed on the revenue aspect, but they have couple of misses on the EPS, and sometimes they have come in line as well. So we can kind of expect that we may see a beat on both top line and bottom line. But what we will be really interested to know with the upcoming earnings is what is their guidance for 2025, the full year guidance, and of course the next quarter. For a SaaS company, there are a couple things that we need to understand. One is that is their customer base growing? Currently, Snowflake has over 10,000 customers across the world. And among the 10,000 customers, you have 754 customers that are part of the Forbes Global 2000 customers. These are some names from the Forbes Global 2000 customer list. So you have companies like JP Morgan, Berkshire, Saudi, ICBC, Bank of America, Amazon, China, Construction Bank, Microsoft, Agriculture Bank of China, Alphabet, etc, etc, etc. So Snowflake basically has about 37% of the market share of the top 2000 companies in the world. And then for also investing in a SaaS company, you need to see how many customers are actually buying a larger portion of the products that you're offering. There are 542 customers that pay over $1 million every single year to Snowflake. So that is a good sign. And this is also growing 25% year-over-year growth. And we want to see this continue to grow at this rate. If you understand how the SaaS companies work, it takes a long time for the sales cycles to complete. It takes a long time for implementation. It takes a long time for user adoption. So it is easier for SaaS companies to expand within existing customers, increase their revenue, and that is why the net retention rate, which is one of the most important metric for a SaaS company, is very important. We did see a reduction from 135% to 127%, but it is one of the most important metric that you need to see if you invest in a SaaS company. When it comes to the valuation, I like Snowflake is because Snowflake provides an asymmetrical investing opportunity, and on this channel we are always looking for whether it's an asymmetrical investment or asymmetrical trading opportunity. So the stock is 40% undervalued. The fair value of stock is $306, whereas the current price is only $181. There is a lot of competition in this space, but if we are looking at the forward price to sales ratio for its peer, which is one of the peers is MongoDB and Cloudflare, Snowflake sits around 14.2 times earnings. Now, if you look at price to earnings ratio, it is off the charts and it's not even worth looking at it. Currently, Wall Street has a 22 strong buy, 10 buy, 12 hold, 1 sell and 1 strong sell rating. The average price target for Snowflake is expected to be around $188, and that is about 3.78% upside from here on. If you just base your investments on price targets, this might not be the best potential investment opportunity. But I will go back to this point of the fair value. We are looking for that asymmetrical investment opportunity, and the stock being 40% undervalued, we are going to be putting this stock as our top 5. In the next 5 years, we would be seeing growth anywhere from 20% to 28% revenue growth, and that is what we want to see. Let's talk about risk, because no investment comes without risk. The first risk that I see with Snowflake is the competition and the space it operates in. Gartner's report of October 2024 puts Snowflake in the leader segment. This is the magic quadrant from Gartner. So anytime you're buying a software, companies generally look at the Gartner report to assess who are the market leaders. So just look at this space: AWS, Amazon, Google, Oracle, Microsoft, Databricks, MongoDB, Snowflake, Alibaba Cloud, IBM. These are all the leaders in this space. The only reason that I think Snowflake has a very good chance is because first, they have 37% of the global 2000 market. Gartner is also predicting that the Snowflake platform could double its total addressable market in 2028 from 152 billion to 342 billion. So there is a lot of opportunity in the total addressable market, but it also comes up with a lot of risk because of these players operating in there. MongoDB is another example in this space, but MongoDB is currently 43% overvalued. So even though they are a big competitor in the space, the stock is overvalued at this point in time. This does not present an asymmetrical investment for us. The second risk is profitability, which is the elephant in the room. The company is not profitable. The company is a growth company. So when you are investing in this company, you need to understand the profitability might be a couple years away. So we would see a lot of volatility in the stock if you believe that AI revolution will continue to happen, and if you believe that data is the key to AI revolution, and if you believe that and Snowflake is set to gain through this revolution, then I believe that the taking an advantage for the long-term investment in Snowflake is going to give us the high rate of returns that we expect. Third risk is pretty standard across any investment, and it is because the geopolitical environment. With the most recent change in the government, with Trump coming on, and as of February 2nd, he has put tariffs on both Mexico and Canada. If the tariff war increases in the coming months and quarters, no doubt we will see impact on companies, no doubt we will see impact on the stock market, and no doubt we will see impact on these valuations. How it is going to play out, we don't know. This is again beyond our control. So from an investment standpoint, the first two risks are the bigger risks in my personal opinion. Geopolitical events do change from time to time. This is the weekly chart of Snowflake, and we have been on a downtrend since 2021. The stock has just not been able to pick up. We did hit downtrend line last year, February 2024, when the stock did run up, but since then we have been in a decline again. Very similar pattern. We have these couple of gaps that was caused during the earnings reaction. On a daily chart, it gives a little bit of a different picture. We have been consolidating at these levels all the way from August of 2024, before we had that little bit of a run up, and we actually had a gap of this post earnings, which was reported on 11/20. The street really liked what they heard from the earnings call, and we created a gap up. We have not filled that gap. We did bounce from this level where we see very strong trading at these levels from 152 going to 163. This is a very strong support level for this particular stock. A lot of buyers, they step in anytime the stock sells off to these levels. The good news is that we have seen a breakout from this downtrend, and this could potentially set up for the next uptrend. But we have to be careful with how the earnings report comes out in terms of how the profit guidance is going to be. Last year, I made a video on Snowflake where I talked about that the stock is consolidating around this area, and we could see a potential opportunity to add further into the stock. So with a full disclosure, I have a small position in Snowflake, which I have bought 2 tranches of it. My first tranche was in August. My second tranche was in October, right here when it was consolidating. And now I'm looking to further build into my tranches for Snowflake. And the goal is that I want to see a little bit more weaknesses. Right now, we do see a little bit selling pressure coming in the last few days. And I want to purchase my stocks more around this level of 163, where we see a lot more trading happening because of this strong volume shelf. Now, in the short term, we could easily see Snowflake climbing up because of a good news or a good catalyst, which will be the upcoming earnings report. So if we see good potential future guidance, the stock could run up all the way up to $235 because there is really not much volume shelf here, and we still have this gap which was created back in February of last year. If you're looking to trade Snowflake and you want to probably, I would say, get in around this level of 164 or 65, and if you want to play towards the upside, you could get close to 42% upside. This is a crucial time for the stock because they did break out over here from this long downtrend, but they failed after a couple times. We saw this little nice bounce. I just want to make sure that this is not a double top here. Now, whether this is a double top in play or not, we will get to see if we are able to bounce from this downtrend line. So that is going to be the key. If you are looking to build your positions into Snowflake, this level of 152 to 164 would be a good time to start your position. Of course, do not go all in. Whatever you want to invest in Snowflake, have it in multiple tranches. That is the key. On this channel, we love to play options. The way I'm looking to add to my Snowflake is through cash secured put. Looking at a 2-week outs options trade, we could look at 165, which has a strong volume shelf. The delta is 13, which means there's only 13% chance stock price will be in the money. We would get about $100 over here. It will drop my cost basis to 164. Decent open interest is 434, so not a great volume. If you go to 175, which is delta 31, I generally like to be around 30 delta. I will get 305, which will drop my cost basis to 172. So between 165 and 175, I could even average 170. Based on the upcoming week, I will be able to adjust my strike price on which entry point I want to get into the stock. That's the breakdown on Snowflake, from the fundamental analysis to the growth drivers to the technical analysis, and lastly to the options trade that I'm looking to play. Let me know in the comments if you are investing in Snowflake, you are trading in Snowflakes, do you like the ticker? I would love to know that. And as always, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to give us a like, click on subscribe, ring the bell notification. I will see you next time, investor family. Happy investing.